I tried being a fruitarian, you know, someone who only eats things that have fallen from a tree. I only lasted one day, and in that day I ate 3 cooking apples and an owl. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. I think I stole that joke from Joe Lysett, so thanks Joe if you're watching. Today I'm going to crack open a brand new pack of Mitchell's wool fat. Now, they've changed the recipe from tallow-based soap, which they've used since 1893, into palm oil-based soap, which might be great, you never know. But I was able to score one with tallow, and it's brand new, and it comes in this lovely little wrapping paper. It's like a hotel soap in traditional old hotels and some traditional new hotels. There we go. There it is. The infamous and famous Mitchell's wool fat soap. So I have the porcelain container that it comes in traditionally. I have a little bit left at the bottom. I've had this under water, so my thinking is this could work as sort of a glue for making the soap sit a bit still, because the soap, and it's stupid, never fits quite into the bowl. So you can grate it and push it in, which works fine. And I tend to do that towards the end of the soap because it cracks. So you kind of need to do that to get a homogeneous substance. So I'm pushing that in. I think that's going to work reasonably well. I will be lathering with a horse brush, which I'm sure I've done before with Mitchell's, but I'm not entirely sure. It's from the Zenith black horsehair. Beautiful, ain't it? So, wow. It's filled to the brim. So it's been a while. I hope you've been okay. I've been doing well, keeping busy. I've been watching the NHL drafts. Now, I know a lot of you don't follow hockey, but I do, and it's been interesting. Generational talent was in the draft, possibly several, but one is a Canadian player. I regret this already because it's this brush, as most horsehair brush, don't have a lot of backbone. So loading this thing is going to be very laborious. That was a stupid idea, wasn't it? I'll get going. So Connor Bedard was drafted by the Chicago Blackhawks, who won the lottery. So they have a lottery in the NHL for who gets to pick first. So depending on how rubbish you were last year, your odds can be good or bad. If you were really bad, you have big odds at picking first or picking early. So Chicago, who weren't the worst, I think, they won the lottery. So there you go. My team, Montreal Canadiens, drafted an Austrian defender called Reinbacher. Hard name to pronounce, as Carey Price found out. He's a famous goalkeeper of Montreal, and he was selected to announce that this high pick number 5 from the Montreal Canadiens, and I couldn't remember the name. It was quite sad, actually. I don't think we've got enough, but we'll start with this and reload if we have to. We probably do. Yeah, so sports. It's fascinating. I've been watching YouTube videos of journalists and experts in the Montreal area and outside as well, to hear what they think about this selection. really doesn't seem enough, but we'll add a bit of water and find out. So it's funny, sports, you know, there's a lot of statistics and a lot of numbers, and you analyze and based on these statistics, you know, this team or this player will be good or bad, and vice versa. And you know, we analyze and at the end of the day, it's all down to feelings. You know, I feel, you know, they should do like this. Yeah, but if you look at it logically and mathematically, it's not true. Yeah, but I still feel. A bit like politics. And with drafting young sports talent, you never really know. It's always a bit of a lottery, especially in hockey, maybe more so than other sports, I don't know. So this is definitely the least amount of soap I've ever used with Mitchell's. So again, will it be enough? Probably not. I didn't get this fluffy, airy mass to start with. I always bloom Mitchell's, or almost always. I didn't this time. So this will be interesting. Let's see what this turns out. We'll try not to reload. So I probably have, I'm going to say about a third of the amount of soap that I typically do. It's almost like it behaves differently, but it is the old recipe. It is the tallow version. It's fun to, you know, play around with, have a bit of a laugh with your favorites. So that's what we're doing. Is it even a serviceable? I think it is a serviceable lather. Interesting. My soap, the one that's been used up, probably is 4 years old. So maybe using a fresher soap gives a different experience. Because this really seems to lather just like any old soap. Whereas, yeah, beautiful. Interesting. Okay, I'll shave with that. Usually I go more rounds, add water many times, but let's see if this works. Razor is a Feather Artist Club DX with I think it's a second use super professional blade, feather blade. I haven't shaved in 2 or 3 days, so it's about time. Lovely. Look at the lather. Perfect. Boom, straight down there. This Shave style razor is not easy. I like it, not as much as the Wick, but I do like it. But it's a razor where, at least with these blades, I get quite a lot of weepers. Not that it bothers me, and I don't get cuts or anything, but you gotta be really careful in order not to get an uncomfortable shave. So, did you watch the draft? What did you think? I only watched the day one, which was round one, and it's in the middle of the night in Europe. But I did set the alarm and got up and I watched it. That's a fantastic lather. How interesting, how interesting. How easy that was to lather compared to the usual. Or do I always overload? Do I, have I been setting my ways in blooming the back, lathering aggressively with quite a lot of water, thereby getting this airy, foamy initial lather, and then work and work and work and beat it down to submission and add water, etc. Have I been... Lovely first pass. Okay, so I'm really thin on lather for coating number 2. Isn't it great when you have a hobby and you get a new experience doing something you've done so many times before? This is a new experience. Yeah, lovely. Really nice lather. It's not like an artisan lather, you know, the modern super low density creamy stuff. It's not that. It's still very traditional, old school type of lather. But the process was different. Yeah. So I've been re-grinding and re-grating the old soap, pushing it back in, adding a bit of water. Maybe I've ruined it, because this, you know, it's thin, but it's stable. And as I said, I really didn't make much of an effort. Fruitarian. Do you know any fruitarians? Are they still around? Oh, I'm having a good shave, enjoying this. It's Friday and the kids will be coming for the weekend. I hope. You can see how careful I am with this. With this razor. Yeah, so should be good. See what we get up to. Do it at the beach maybe? We'll see. There are stuff to do at home. No wonder. They work together really well, the razor and the lather. And I'm just there. I'm just there. I'm just a vehicle for those guys to get through to a perfect shave. So what, do you have any plans for the weekend? What are you planning to do? Anything interesting? Yeah. Any shaves? Any shaves planned? There you go. That was the shave. So let's have a feel, see what it's like. Yeah, perfect. When you shave with 2 or 3 days of lather and you shave with the Shave&Butcher straight tracer, you get a BBS shave pretty much. That's very good. Not a single weeper. It's a good collaboration there. I was surprised by that lather. Really, really interesting. What do we use as an aftershave? What do we use? We use, yeah, let's use Japanese. No, it's Swedish. Let's see if we can get that sorted out. I haven't used this in a while. It's at the back. Ako. You know, pharmacy, lots of alcohol, tells you exactly how you did on the shave. There's no escaping. And that feels good. Not much stinging. Yeah. Beautiful shave. One of the best in a long while. So get these tallow-based Mitchell's wool fat soaps for as long as you can. I got mine at shaving.ie. That's in Ireland. So if you're in the European Union, that's good, as opposed to buying from the UK, because then you don't have to pay import duties and double taxes and that sort of thing. At least in Sweden, it works that way. Lovely. Well, have a good weekend when it comes to you. I'll see you around any day in the future, I'm sure. And enjoy your shaves. Stay sharp.